Hi, welcome back to EducateTube.com. My name is Sipsky, your host. Today we'll be talking about cell phone again. This time I'm going to be talking about Android phone, the one I fell in love with, the one I just switched, right? Remember last video I mentioned about cell phone, the one that I had previously, HTC 8925, and I had it for like 4 to 5 years, and it was the best phone I ever had, and I still love it. Okay, it has a keyboard and all that. However, I told you that I would change only, there was conditions that I said I would change phone. If some company would come out with some phone that would have all the features that I love, but transform that into more app, more power in terms of its hardware, like the microprocessor becomes single core to dual core, right? The memory, built-in internal memory, expanding 4 times what I had before, so 512 meg or 1 gig, doesn't matter. Internal memory, a minimum of 8 gig or 16 gig, right? So much better than what I had before. Still have all the support like Wi-Fi, 3G, Bluetooth, right? But I also wanted the HDMI connector, which my previous phone didn't have. And I was also mentioning about camera. You have a high resolution camera. I was okay with my old phone with 3 megapixel, but I find that I want to make it also my phone, my cell phone, my smartphone, to be a camera as well. So 8 megapixel was what I was aiming for, with a HD recording, right? Front and back camera, which my previous phone didn't have. So what did I find? Well, I was researching for a week or more, and guess what? I found it. This is the phone. Okay. Surprisingly, it is not the Samsung Galaxy S3 that people would want me to say, right? Or HTC. It is actually a Motorola, a company that's bought over by Google now. Okay, so this is the phone that I fell in love with, and it will be my phone for the next 5 years. Now, it depends on you, okay? So this phone actually fit my needs, and it's because of my my occupation and the way I do things with my my life, my organization of things. So this phone is for me. So I would say if you would decide for a cell phone, like the ultimate cell phone, the super cell phone or the super smartphone, there's 2 things you need to you need to decide. Right? Are you a gamer? Are you like a person who like to play a lot of games, who like to be entertained quite a lot? Well, this phone may not be for you, because in terms of power of microprocessor and internal memory, you may want to move to Samsung S3. Okay, so I heard that it's some of the newer model is maybe a quad core. Not too sure about that, but you can check that out. And it has a 1 gig RAM internal memory, right? This one has 512 meg. It is a dual core 1 gigahertz. All right. So and it has and I think Samsung has a better graphic as well. Now again, that's for you gamers, those people who love playing heavy graphic, 3D, whatever, those kind of game. Okay. Well, I'm not a game person. I'm more of a business app person, more science kind of person. Okay, so I like an app that actually is functional, that I can use for recording, for researching, those kind of things. So this is the phone for me. So if you're a person who are like me, who are an educator, who are a researcher, and who want to do more business-like oriented app, this is it. This is the phone. You would need it. Now I'll tell you why. Just like my old phone, this Motorola Droid 3, they call it a Droid 3, right? And you can see the keyboard. There it is. Okay, love the keyboard. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there it is. Okay, there is the keyboard. I needed to have the keyboard. I told you guys that for me, a cell phone needs to have the keyboard. Okay, for me anyway, for business app and for typing on a go. I don't really like the touch screen. A lot of people try to tell me that it eventually gets better, but at the end of the days, you're typing like 2-3 pages on a go, you would probably need a keyboard. right? Now, this phone is also one of the thinnest. They claim, Motorola anyway, at that time when they developed it, was the has a thinnest keyboard built in. So you see how thick it is. Now let's compare that to my old cell phone. You can see this HTC was pretty thick. Windows 6.1 HTC 8925, right? You can compare. This has keyboard, but look how thick it is. Oop, there we go. Okay, it's almost 1.5 times thicker for this phone. So this is very thin. Okay, but another thing about this cell phone is that that I love, other than keyboard, is the fact that it has a very high resolution camera. This is 8 megapixel camera, HD recording. It claims to record 1080p. However, the software that is built in here is only 720p that you can record. So maybe you have to upgrade some of the software. I'm not too sure, but for me, 720p is good enough for recording. But it does say on here, it's a 1080p recording. Okay, it has a built-in flash, so you can act as a flashlight, or you can add as a flash for the camera. Amazing, actually. I have an app that actually I can click on to make it into a flashlight, so that's cool. So there you have the camera back, 8 megapixel front camera. It has a I think the regular 640 by 480 standard camera. Okay, so front camera, not high resolution, but good enough to record your face, right, for teleconferencing. So 2 built-in camera, amazing. Built-in speaker as well, and the speaker is small, good enough for listening about 30 centimeters, just like my old phone. What else do they have? One feature that I love, and because it's one of my projects I've been doing, you can check that out on this side here. It's called Do-Yourself Google Glasses, or the third eye glasses I've been working on, and I'm going to be showing you how to hook it up to this Android phone. And I needed a phone that has that ability. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the HDMI connector right here. Okay, very few cell phone has that ability, the HDMI. Now, why is that important? Well, you can hook it up to the LCD screen on your TV, right? Most LCD TV now, or the plasma even, has a built-in HDMI connector. So if you have micro HDMI, which comes with this phone, by the way, connect the micro HDMI to the standard HDMI TV, then you can actually put this on your TV. Now, why would you do that? Well, if you have photos, then you can actually show people by connecting through the HDMI. Another thing is you can also connect to your projector. So most of the projection now is built in HDMI, which I have a projector that does that. Connect to your projector, so you can actually do PowerPoint on this thing. The only thing is you need to buy remote control thing, right? But you can also use this as a remote control as well. So you can flip it just like a remote mouse. Anyway, so that's that cool feature that I was looking for, because I want to connect it to my do-yourself Google Glasses. Software for Android, this is an Android, I think it's Gingerbread 2.3435. I think it's 2.34, right? Problem with this phone, there's only one thing that's not so great. This is why I said if you're a gamer, then you might go with Samsung Galaxy 3, because they have now Android 4.0 that's called Ice Cream. Okay, so and then even they have a new one, I think it's called Jelly Bean. Whatever, I mean, that's the phone. This phone you can't really upgrade, at least in the website right now from Motorola, that you cannot upgrade the Gingerbread from 2.34 to something higher, right? They claim that it's very stable with 2.34, which I agree with them, because for me it doesn't really matter whether I upgrade to Ice Cream or whatever, right? Android 4.0. All I care, it does all the feature that I wanted, right? All the app, and it's stable. And so far, all the software I downloaded, there's over 250,000, right? So I selected about a couple hundred of them that I really need and put in my phone. So far, it's quite stable. There are a few I will tell you guys in my app review. Actually, I'm going to create a channel just for Android app. I'm just amazed at Android that they did. I'm really disappointed with Microsoft though. You know, I told you I had a Windows 6 and I was okay with it. And then, you know, I really recently found when went to their website and they don't support Windows 6 anymore. They claim, oh no, we move on to 7. You know, that's all. But that's okay, you know, but they shut the whole marketplace down for Windows 6. I think, you know, at least have that for those developers who continue on to develop something. Nope, if you didn't do it. So basically those people who has Windows 6, which I had no choice but to really stick with the old app or move on with a new phone. And I was saying again, like the only reason for me to change this phone, it has to have the feature that I had previously and much more. Okay, because I'm not going to spend $300 for nothing. By the way, this phone cost me $300 unlocked. So I bought this phone and that was it. I'm not sticking to any companies for my Surface, cell Surface, right? I'm using 7-Eleven pay-as-you-go, and it's 25 cents a minute plus $10 unlimited internet access throughout pretty much Ontario and Canada, right? Well, selected city, but it's one of the best coverage. I think Rogers and Bell has pretty good coverage. So yeah, it's under Rogers, so amazing unlimited internet. It's not 3G. If you go up north, it's probably 2G or less, right? But still, you can still search the web, you can still use your Google Map and all that. So it has, like I said, let's look at this phone again. This has a it's a standard, just like my other phone, has a GPS. I'm still waiting for the ultimate GPS software like TomTom, but they don't have it yet. But I'm okay with it. I have Google Maps. As long as I have unlimited internet, it still can access it pretty good. So no problem with that. Then I have Wise Pilot, which I download offline map just in case my cell phone doesn't work. I still have a map of this GPS. Okay, so that's my GPS. It has built-in GPS. What else? Yeah, I told you there's a lot of software, amazing software, voice recognition software that exceeds Microsoft Windows 6 mobile, right? The one Windows mobile I had was it could recognize calling and phone music. Sorry. But this app here, the voice recognition, is connected to the voice search, so I could search for anything. I can go like, where is the nearest restaurant in, I don't know, New York, and bam, it will say that. It will show up the map. I say, show me Blue Jay, image of Blue Jay, and then all of a sudden they give me birds of different images. Okay, and then it tells me a lot of facts about certain things. You know, if I want to tell me about, tell me a little bit about city of Toronto, right? And it will give me a history, go to Wikipedia. So those kind of amazing feature that it has. Now, the only thing is, I realize that you have to have a Wi-Fi. Okay, for some reason when I'm off somewhere up further away, it's not 3G. I think it's not even 3G, right? 2G or 3G even. I noticed that the Google search recognition, because it's accessing the data from the internet, right? It doesn't work. It doesn't seem to be processing well. But when I'm at home using my Wi-Fi, maybe the broadband thing, data streaming, it works very good. So I think in the future, I'm hoping that I'm not talking about just this cell phone, but I think every network should be able to use Google Voice Search anywhere through the cell phone, right, through the 3G network or 2G network. I hope they can fix that, because I find that that's kind of really irritating, because if you're searching for it and it's not Wi-Fi, then that's a problem. That's another thing, by the way, regarding the Google glasses. You know, when they're showing the video, the guy call and the Google search for and all that, I'm thinking that because I tested that on this phone and it doesn't work if you're not going on broadband like Wi-Fi, like when the data streaming is very large, right? So I'm not sure it will work on 3G or 2G. Those tell me the nearest restaurant, all those stuff, right? I tried it, it didn't work for me. it was searching because I think the data stream was too slow or something. I don't know, right? So those Google glasses, I think it's also network dependent, by the way. So be sure you note it that when you're buying, if you have a chance, if you are lucky enough to buy Google glasses, that it may not always connect to, connect you unlimited, because it depends on you're at least 3G and plus, right? So be aware that if you have three Google glasses. So I'm going to show you, I guess up here, this link, this link right there, you can see there. I'm going to show you how I can hook up my Android to my Google do-it-yourself Google glasses. I call it third eye glasses. Okay, you can look it up there. Okay, so there's a lot of app in here, like 250,000 of it. I'm going to actually review each of the incredible apps that I downloaded, and I'll show you, what you can use it for. Amazing. I mean, I'm just bewildered. This type of app that it have here, supported by Android. I'm sure iPhone's the same thing, but like I said, I took this phone over iPhone because I bought this phone for, it was unlocked. That means I could use it in any of the service. And my brother actually bought an iPhone, and what he found out that the SIM chip is actually a specialized SIM chip. It's a micro SIM chip. So he actually had to buy a special SIM chip through eBay just to put it in. And I'm not sure if he's able to connect it to any of the provider, this cell phone provider, right? So, but my phone, I just buy the SIM chip from 7-Eleven, put it in, and it worked. Well, I had to configure something, and I looked it up, and then figured something. It worked. My internet works, my cell phone works, right? Anyway, I'll do more review on this later on. But like I said, this is going to be my phone for the next 5 or more years. It pretty much is a little computer. It reminded me of that small computer back a couple years ago called OQO. It run on XP. And some of the higher version actually have a 3G cell phone built in. But this one I believe is even better. Okay, because this one is actually a cell phone. It's meant for cell phone, not a computer. But it, as an extra bonus, it is a computer because it does everything that a computer does, running on Android. But it's super portable. Battery life is average. I think it's around, if I continue to use it for about 6 to 8 hours, I think it will go. It'll be okay, right? But in standby time, I claim to be around at least I think 70 hours. I haven't tested out yet, but okay. So amazing phone, Motorola Droid 3, now bought over by Google. Wow, too bad, Motorola. If you continue on to build a phone like this, you have my royalty. Now the only thing is, regarding this phone, Motorola, please, if you can, upgrade the version gingerbread to ice cream if possible. Not that I need it, but it'd be nice if I would want it, right? You could do that, assuming that all other software that I have in here is going to be stable. Anyway, I don't mind as long as all the app in the gingerbread is stable. I'll keep this old operating system. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.